Gentlemen, as usual, as promised, we are live with you today with Red Pill Smash Bros. Episode number 16. I'm here live with you with John Fitch.
I'm here.
Quinceañera. Everybody, I have to declare something before John Fitch goes and introduces himself. I am officially the master of toxic masculinity. I am the king of toxic masculinity, and I am the one and only god of toxic masculinity. These are not names that I name myself with, friends, family, loved ones, whoever's out there. This is a privilege and honor and a title that has been bestowed upon me by the Twitter sphere. So you are live with the one, the only, the king, the god of toxic masculinity. And I wear that badge with fucking honor. I am the one. I wear that crown heavily. John Fitch, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick. Why are you here? What are we doing? I don't even know what we're doing. So,
I am here drinking some coffee, and we're going to talk about some of the insane stuff that's going on today. How easy a simple tweet can get you deplatformed, banned from Twitter, and just cause people to riot in the streets over your evil masculineness. It's gross. Like, the world's gotten to a gross place.
That's one of the.
You can't talk about. You can't. I mean, like, everybody's supposed to be open-minded, and people are different, and people like different things, and this person, whatever. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. But they're like, okay, these are the things that I like. These are the things that me and my friends, these are the things that me and the other guys I know like. And, oh my God, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit because you have an opinion. You have an opinion about stuff you like, and it's not what I want you to like. Oh, you're an awful human piece of shit. You must have a small penis. You're a virgin. Who hurt you?
I forgot about that one.
You must hate women. Like, and then you get these weak, soft males popping up who want to white knight. Oh, well, I totally like really smart girls. And that's exactly why they're not having any sex, and they're playing video games all day long and hoping that somebody's going to magically fall into their lap and love them for who they are.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. So, viewers, friends, like I said, people that are out there that are listening right now, and those that will probably not listen to this live but will tune into it later. Let me just pull this up real quick. So what John is referencing is this. So I don't remember what it was. I was scrolling through Twitter or something like that the other day. What's up, Oliver? How you doing today, man? Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for being here with us. I think it was Sunday night.
I think we had a conversation about this on Saturday, maybe. We talked about because I was talking about like what I don't want to see on your dating profile.
That wasn't us. I don't think so.
It wasn't us. I don't think so. I don't know. I thought we had this conversation
or something like that.
Maybe like I remember having a conversation. I thought I had it with you. That's why this thing popped up. But it was like the things that the things I'm least looking for in the dating profile when I'm swiping.
No, dude, I was scrolling through Twitter. I believe it was Sunday night, and I was just sitting there, and I think I saw somebody that said something again in their profile or whatever, and it was just something snarky about being a CEO or being a fucking PhD student or some shit. I don't fucking remember. And I was just like, you know what? Boom. And I just pressed that little button, that little leaf to tweet. Just to send out that little tweet. And guess what? All right, gentlemen, I got to show you here. Let's see if I can get that up. Bah. All righty. This is what we're talking about here. So I posted this November 17th, 3 days ago, and it just simply reads, women, we don't care about you being a CEO. We don't care what your corporate position is. We don't care about your PhD or master's. We don't care that you're a boss babe. We care about you being feminine, cute, fun, flirtatious, chaste, fit and friendly. Signed, real men. Now, I got a bunch of people tagged there. If you're to actually look at the stats that I have here, there's 7.9 thousand comments, 2,200, yeah, 2.2.
Really, 7,000 comments?
Almost 8,000 comments right now.
What?
12,700 likes, and then 2,200 retweets, right? And then if you look at my activity, dude, oh my God, not just from that tweet. The whole tweet itself has 1.6 million impressions, 228,000 total engagements. Fucking not bad, not bad. Did not expect this, right?
Ruffled some feathers.
Ruffled some feathers, man, you know, like.
But also that's secret. There's a lot of likes, which means there's some undercover people who are like, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, people are speaking. If there's 12,200 likes on that tweet alone, there's 12,000 people out there that are like, you know what? Fucking absolutely right. Like, hey, I believe that shit. That's rock and roll. Like, let's rock and roll with it. But then again, like normal, and you know, this is something, you know, I tagged Rich Cooper and a bunch of guys in there. You know, Rich Cooper talks about this a lot. It's always that fucking silent majority, right? And it's not even a majority. It's that silent minority, but they try to make themselves the silent majority by just being loud and crass and vile and vulgar and just, I mean, the way that this really took off was because feminists grabbed hold of it and just fucking
shared it to the rest of the
pack in order for them to come in and do exactly
the
what they do
hive.
best.
The hive.
I did. I guess I kicked the fucking beehive. I won't even say the
hive.
wasp nest here because, you know, it's little baby stings. Yeah, hey, thanks, Oliver. Oliver says, and this loser made a comment regarding his wife or girlfriend going for a master's. I responded to him. What'd you say?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
You should have said, how do you feel about her fucking her boyfriend all the time? Something like on that level. How do you get along with her boyfriend?
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. So I have a list here to talk about this because let me first preface this. Okay. And this is what Jon was getting into. And I'm not, you know, hey, listen, I fucking sent the tweet out. I'm not sitting here and I'm not coming from a place of fucking being a victim. I don't care that people are coming at me and attacking me and fucking stalking my other forms of fucking social media or what else are they doing? They're fucking like blocking and what else are they doing? What did I send you of? They're reporting it. Mm-hmm. They're reporting this as fucking bullying, harassment, and fucking abuse. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And honestly, that's the real reason why people get suspended and kicked off and whatever, is because it's not because you said something really wrong. It's because the amount of complaints. And they're like, oh, we don't know what to do because there's so many people complaining. So they just ban you because it's easier than telling the people complaining, the mob of complainers, to shut up and go away.
Right. And this is me coming at you guys right now with I'm fresh on a 12-hour suspension on Twitter, because one woman
suspension cherry popped.
I did. Yeah, this is my first time ever getting suspended on any type of platform, which is crazy because I mean it means you're doing something right, I think. Now. There was this woman from Australia. What's her fucking name? I got the photo right here. And I forget what she said to me. Yeah, Michelle G. Hunder. Hunder. She's from Australia.
It's something like, yeah, you think it's funny. It's funny that you think we care what you think or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's another thing I got to put down here. She said it's funny that you think we care what you think, and I just responded back, what's funny is your dried up ovaries, because I could obviously tell that she's a post-wall female, 35, 36, 37, still trying to make it look like she's got it going on, and you could just tell she's one of those types of people that has delayed having children, and she, for some reason, thinks that she's going to be able to continue doing what she's doing and getting the attention and all this other stuff. We're taking some selfies for Insta.
Yep.
There you go. Put it on that story. Tag Corey Capella on that too, buddy. Let's get my Instagram going now since my Twitter's fucked.
You gotta diversify your platforms.
And you know what? I got people coming on my Instagram right now too that are literally trying to have this conversation with me on my photos. Like one woman in particular is literally fucking stalking me on this shit because she's so pissed off. I must have really You know, I hit a nerve. I hit a nerve with these feminists. I hit a nerve with a lot of these women. Oliver Eugene says, that's what he said. I care. Is going to get a higher degree than I will, and I'm really excited because when she gets a good paying job, then I will stay at home. I'll be a stay-at-home dad. Okay, so he pretty much copied the tweet in there of what the guy said back to him. Yeah, I had a guy respond earlier today before I was suspended, and he said, I want my woman to go get her doctorate so that I can sit at home, masturbate, and eat chips all day. Ha, ha, ha. That's what real men do. And I was just like, bro, that, like, honestly, that's not even funny. That's not even funny.
She's going to leave you. She's going to be banging somebody else. You're going to get replaced. You're low value. Like,
oh yeah, this is good too. Oh, sweet. He's pointing out some of the stuff that I said. I called out some girls. I called out this one chick who's like, I'm doing this. My boyfriend is helping me through my PhD. He's being super supportive, and he's accepting this and all this other stuff that I do.
And as soon as she gets her degree, she's going to lose him and take somebody bigger and better.
That's exactly what I said to her. I said, if you're not cheating on him right now, which she probably is, I said, you're going to cheat on him, and you're not going to be together in the next 5 years. And she said, no, this won't happen. It's like, people, here's the thing. And this is the reason why. And this is the thing. You know, for all the incel chat that women are trying to throw at me and all this stuff, I have literally slept with over 200 women. I have been on thousands and thousands of dates. I've talked to over 10,000 women. I've messed around with more than 400 women, right? Like other sexual stuff like that. I fucking know female nature. And the thing is, the red pill was that last little thing I needed to really understand everything.
Because before
the reason I call myself
you're an asshole, and really it's not you're an asshole. It's like you really get it. Like you're breaking through the conditioning.
Exactly. I fucking know this stuff. It's clockwork. It's the reason why my online dating mastery course, if you guys go and you actually purchase this and look at it, I break down step by step, super easy on how you're able to literally break through women's fucking programming and get them to go on dates with you. It's crazy. Women want to be, with anything, this is what's going on too. With anything, everyone wants to be heard and understood. That is the baseline of communication, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest things that you can do for a woman is understand her programming. It's one of the most attractive things in the world to her. Now, it's not you sitting there and being like, listen, I understand that you're a hypergamous creature, so therefore I am going to take you on this date and make it appear this way. No, you got to be a fucking magician. You got to be an illusionist, right?
Yep.
Know the rules, know the game, and play the game. Yep. Play the game like you're a fucking natural. Play the game like you're a natural. Play it like you fucking did not just pick it up in a book. Play it like you fucking have been playing the game for years, right? Anyway, yeah, that was a great response. I responded with this. This is what I responded with. She's going to divorce you, take the kid, marry one of the guys that she works with who makes way more money than her, if she can. Fucking hypergamy. Clockwork. That's what she's doing. This is Clockwork. Okay. So the reason why this is getting women so mad, and what I want to do is I want to go through the top.
She'll cheat and then say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then you'll take her back, and then
or what she's going to do is this. She's just going to be like, "We've grown apart." Or we're just not interested in the same things anymore, or you're just not fulfilling me with. We're just not connected anymore. Is what
you're just not making me happy. You just don't make me happy.
Exactly. But the reality is what it is. She's like, okay, I've used this chump for everything he's got. I've milked him to the point where I can monkey branch onto something now that is of higher value, because women are always chasing after higher value fucking men. Plain and simple.
It's survival. It's survival instinct.
Exactly. I'm not mad about this.
It's not a forebrain thought.
Right.
It's just
this
there.
is all subconscious shit that's fucking going on.
Millions of years of evolution, and they've wanted to survive. Everybody wants to survive. Like men wanting to sleep with as many women as possible. That's another survival instinct. Like we have it. It's just there. It's not good or bad. It just is.
Right. Absolutely. So women are mad that I'm calling this stuff out, though. Women are so mad.
Did you read your list already?
No, we're going to go over that here in a second.
Okay, yeah.
But I wanted to preface this all first with this. The reason for the tweet was not for it to fucking go viral. I mean, hey, maybe it was. I don't know. I just did it because it was just fucking stream of consciousness. Boom. Just like, hey, this is kind of funny. I think it's funny. Rock and roll. The reason why I sent this tweet out was actually as a means, and this is what I try to do in life and in reality. Like, hey, I'm going to give you the best advice for you to be successful and get to the path of the least resistance for you to be happy. So I sent this tweet out in good faith of like, hoping people would read it and be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we need to start like cultivating our future, and we need to start teaching people and programming them into the right frames of mind for all of this stuff, and teaching them about, the sexual market and all this crap. And just kind of like what you said too, like a bit of selfishness on my end, because frankly, I'm sick and tired of meeting women like this. I'm sick and tired of meeting women that are just like this list that I shared, right? The main thing is, them trying to be fucking boss babes, them trying to be CEOs, them getting PhDs and all this other stuff, them thinking that their position, that's the other thing that that kind of started to tip the edge too. Maybe I was looking at Bumble and that's what tipped over the edge, is that I would see in their description, I would see this 32 to 33 to 37-year-old woman, and it says,
still wants kids.
And it says exactly, she's on this dating app, right? She's definitely fucking post-wall or getting beyond it. Well, or it says something like this, like senior lead executive, blah, blah, blah. Like it always says something executive or VP of this or whatever. And it's just like, what if in your 20s, 18 to 25, instead of going to school, going on all these fucking drinking benders, getting plowed through by tons of chads, the lacrosse team and the baseball team, and then working your way up to the fucking basketball team and the football team. What if instead you stopped doing that and instead were like, you know what, man, maybe I should hold on to my value as a woman, not sleep around, right? And instead market myself as a candidate for a high value man by being fit, by being fun, right? Like fun in a way of being playful and flirtatious. This is something, I talked about this with MLD on Dude Party this last weekend. One of the biggest downfalls of our culture today, and one of the fucking things that I hate most about the dating market, is that women don't know how to flirt anymore. This girl that I'm actually hooking up with, she's my main. I've promoted her to main. Because when we go out, she is very, very, very feminine. When we go out to dinner, she follows my lead, right? I walk through the door first. That's kind of how it is. I walk through the door first. I check out the place. I point to where we're going to go sit. I usher her into her seat, right? When we sit down, she talks to me about what she wants to order. I order for us. If we're going to like an Asian place or whatever, she's even like grabbing my chopsticks first and like breaking my chopsticks and like putting them on my napkin right in front of me. Like it's fucking crazy, right? She's like, it's awesome. I absolutely love it. When we converse, she's engaged in the conversation and she's being playful and flirtatious back, like throwing out like different little sexual innuendos and all this other stuff. Now, of course, she's not chaste, right? And I put that in there, and that triggered a lot of fucking people. But when you're young and you're high value, here's the thing, women. This is the thing you got to understand, women. Even if you've taken one dick and you sit here and you tell me that you've only taken one dick, in the back of my mind, I'm never going to fucking believe you. I'm never going to believe you. I'm going to believe, because you know how many women I've met, and there's a fucking video out there. Go and check out this video. I know Donovan Sharp, I believe it was Donovan Sharp that did a little snippet of this. I think it was not BuzzFeed or Vice or whatever, but they literally asked women on camera how many men they've slept with. And you could see the visual cues that they are fucking churning through their brain, and they're lying straight to the fucking camera. I think 10. Oh, wait, no, maybe is it 9? No, it's 10. He, right? Like, and then you do the smile of like, I'm fucking bullshitting and I'm lying 30. Through my... It's probably fucking 300. It's probably 300. Any girl now that has gone to a fucking Western college What is the reason why they're going to college? It's just like them going to Bali. Like, I just found out about them going to Bali.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing when they go to Bali? What are they doing when they go on all these fucking Euro trips?
It's what you're supposed to do. That's what everybody's supposed to do. Travel and have sex and fucking college with a bunch of random people.
But then they wonder why they're 34 and they don't fucking have any options. The only option they have is the fucking beta white knight that'll come around and be like, okay, hey, you know,
they
like,
hate that guy.
They hate him.
They hate that guy.
They
cheat
hate
on
him. They hate him. They
might
happy.
even let them. They might even get pregnant by that guy because they don't see any other option.
Exactly. It's exactly it though. And this is why, again, going into kind of what you sent me, and we'll talk about this later in the podcast, but it's why women are fucking drowning their sorrows in a fucking bottle of wine every time they go home.
Yep. Alcohol rates are on the rise for women.
That's an insane chart too, man. We got to pull that up for sure.
It jumps. Yeah. It jumps up at, the 35 to 44 market starts to make a giant increase. And then 45 to 54 jumps way up, 55 to 64, even more. And then they're like the fact that older people in general are drinking more. Well, I think part of that reason is because, women live longer and women are drinking more. That's why.
Well, I also just think it's this. Well, number one, it's been marketed. Colleges originally were marketed as come here, binge drink, and have open sex. That's what it was originally fucking highlighted.
Free love.
The 90s, that's all colleges were all about. And from what I remember, right, as a kid, just understanding college, like that's what people did, right? The Girls Gone Wild videos were huge at that point in time.
Yep.
Everyone was going to fucking Cancun and Havasu and Mardi Gras and all this other shit. And it was just a big drunken fucking sex fest, right? That's what it was. Of hot young girls going and doing these things, right? Completely marketed, like beautifully marketed too, by the way. Frat houses, all those frat parties during the 90s that came out too. Van Wilder, don't get me wrong. Hey, I love me some Van Wilder. That's one of my favorite. I love that fucking movie.
It's a great movie, yeah.
I love that movie, right?
Great movie.
But think about that. During the 90s and early 2000s, like all this stuff was, hey, go out, get drunk, hook up with the chads at the party and all this other stuff. Girls, don't worry about it. Free love kind of thing. No repercussions. But now we're sitting here and we're looking at it and it's like, all right, now that demographic, right? I was born in 85. I'm about to be 35 here in February, right? Now these women are in the same boat. And I'm looking back at all these girls that are my age or just a little bit younger or a little bit older. And man, it's like these girls were taught, go out, get your fucking master's degree, spend all this time in college, then go out and get a job. And they're fucking buried in debt.
Guys, we were too. Because I struggle with that too. Because as a college athlete, I had a hard time. It was hard, like girlfriends and stuff like that, because like part of the year is wrestling. From Thanksgiving until spring break, you're locked down. And if you're out fucking around and partying, like you're a Big Ten school, you're not fucking winning. You're not winning matches. So that was a constant like push pull. Like fuck, you couldn't get girls to hang out with you because like, oh, you're not going out. We're going to this frat party. We're going here. It's like, nah, I got work to do. I have goals.
Yeah, they want the fucking what's it called? They want the rock star. I forgot who posted this the other day. Somebody said something.
I think that's brainwashing, not just against women though. I think that's in general to get people to not prepare for the future, because then you end up going into debt, going into college. You get a useless degree. You party the whole time, so you're not really building anything. You get out of college, you're mid-20s, you ain't got shit.
Right, and you're scrambling now to get your life together, and the first thing you got to do is go get your own place.
You're buried in debt. You're still brainwashed with the idea of travel. Nowadays, it's all travel after school. So you put yourself further into debt, and then you spend your 30s and the rest of your life trying to pay off that debt, miserable and popping pills and drinking.
You're playing catch up, and you don't realize that you have compounding interest on all those loans.
For men, we have the advantage of like when we hit 30, 35, we're still in a good position. We can still turn things around at 30 and 35. We've got money. Our value's at the highest we've ever had it.
Right. And we can ride out that next 20 years. 35 to 55 is when you're supposed to be climbing up that mountain, and you peak at 55 with your finances.
Still be dating 22-year-olds.
Absolutely.
But when you're a girl, you date, you turn 35, like I'm not, I don't, my dating apps, like I'm 18 to 30.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even want to look at the ones above 30. I'm not interested.
I hear you. I still have it set at like 42. But it's because I live like right around La Jolla and all this stuff, and these women still maintain it. I mean, it's few and far between. You would be surprised though, and this is the thing.
I still want to have kids. I still want to have more kids.
Right.
I am not going to something who can't give me a healthy child.
Even right now, man. Like I said, the main right now is 26, and then I have a plethora of plates that range in age that realize that all of them realize like I'm not looking for a serious relationship with any of you girls right now. They don't meet the standards or the criteria for me to actually invest into wanting to put a lot of my resources into. Hang on, it's saying that my internet connection's a little unstable right now. So
yeah, you're lagging a little bit.
All right, it's looking good now. How we doing? It's back up.
Yeah, I guess you're good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not going to be until I really peak in my financial and social status environment that I'm really going to be like, okay, now it's time for me to fucking knock some bitches up or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, with that said, the biggest thing that I want to take into consideration now with looking at this tweet and understanding. So first and foremost, guys, people that are listening out there, this triggered a lot of people. Was not expecting it. It took off like from the get-go. My phone over the last 3 days has literally been vibrating nonstop. I had to put it on fucking do not disturb because it was driving me fucking crazy. But it triggered the fucking bee's nest of feminists. And this is the thing that we need to talk about right now is my intention. So that's what I brought it up first and foremost was like, hey, I'm just throwing out a list there of just like
saying what you like.
Well, and it's not just that too.
I like and what I look for.
There's so many women out there right now that are like, they bitch and moan on fucking social media. Oh, where's all the real men at? Where's all the real men at? Blah, 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 blah. And I see all these other, I see them taking these fucking, not what's it called? I see them doing all these things. I see these titles. I see these degrees. I see all this other stuff. I see the drinking. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. You know what I'll do is I'll say what a real man wants. Like this is, if you want a real man, right? And this is the plight that women are going through right now. Again, going back to the whole, women want all the fucking, what's it called? They want all the authority, but none of the responsibility. This is really what it comes down to. This is a business deal. This is a business deal. If you want a real man, right, you got to understand the market. If you want a real man, this is what you got to bring to the table. Because this is a business transaction. So here's what real men are looking for. This is what a high value man, a real man, quote unquote, this is what they're looking for. And that's my standard right now. That is my standard for me settling down with a woman. Honestly, that's my standard. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Have fun with this. Play around with it. Sign it off as real man, as a joke, because this is what they're always looking for, right? They want, and what I'm getting at is women are always sitting there and they're saying that they want this traditional man. They want a traditional man, but they want to be a modern woman. So the standard for a man is you be traditional, okay? You be this chivalrous man that provides all the resources, acquiesces to women because we're supposed to be in this age of equality and all this other stuff. But meanwhile, I'm going to be the strumpet, the harlot, the skanky girl that can go out and take tons of cock on the carousel for years and years and years. And then when I reach 33, 34, now you need to come knocking on my door and realize based off of equality.
Step up.
Yep, you got to step up. You got to step up. Exactly.
Step it up. Man up.
Man up and take care of my shit. Take care of all my filth. And just love me for me. But you're supposed to love me for me now, right?
So that was one of the comments on your post. The girl was like, how about you respect you and love people for who they are? And I was like, oh yeah, that's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing, right?
Yeah. No.
I'm sure you're in love with the fat guy who plays video games all the time, watches Star Wars because he's a great person on the inside. I'm sure you as a woman, that's exactly what you're going after. Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
Nope. She's still expecting the 6'6". She's still expecting that guy to be like, oh, I see you for who you are, and I want to take you in, and I want to clean up all your mess, and I want to fucking, and now, you know what, you deserve, because you're a princess. Oh, you're a queen. You deserve to just come into my house and my domain and fucking now lead, right? Oh, we're equals. We're equals. That's what it is, right? We're equals. I'm going to share half of my stuff with you, and you're going to be able to dictate where we go as well. It's like, no. Men like that, like, especially men like me, like, I'm a self-made motherfucker. I don't know if you guys listen to my War Story Sunday. I don't know if you've listened to my Iboga ayahuasca stories or anything like that. I don't even know if you guys have gone back and listened to my shit from my old podcast called The War Within, where I talk about my upbringing. I talk about fucking going to war. I talk about my failures with business and all this other stuff, my failures with past love relationships. And all this stuff has led for me to become one of the most resilient motherfuckers on the planet, right? And I'm the one that has made the choice every single fucking day to get back up and keep fucking going, right? Why is it that someone who has been fucking having no discipline in their entire lives, that's given into that has no impulse control whatsoever, that has made fucking mistake after mistake after mistake and has been propped up from a fucking welfare state or a government or from feminism or fucking colleges or any of that stuff, why am I going to just fucking welcome you into my life and then give you half of my shit? Honestly, fucking tell me why. Sell that shit to me. I'm not laughing. Sell that to me. Tell me why that makes fucking sense. So I sit here and I say, this is what I'm looking for. This is the type of man I am. This is the character I possess. These are the skills. These are the traits. And this is the direction I'm going in life. I have no fucking shame sitting here saying I'm shooting for the fucking sun. I'm shooting for other stars. I'm going to be I'm going to be the richest man in the world. I know that sounds fucking crazy. I'm going to be the richest man in the world. I'm going to be one of the most powerful people in the world. And I'm going to fucking shift society. Why would I take you? Why would I take you? Why would I have you attached to my fucking name, attached to my brand? What value do you bring to my brand? And I know I sound like a fucking cocksucker right now. I get it. But it's a fucking business.
One of the other issues here too is, they expect the guys our age to man up and marry these girls after they've been on the carousel. They spend all their time getting PhDs and running businesses and working. But at the same time, feminism is encouraging the younger women to sleep around. So it's we have access to these girls who are really easy that just want to have sex. So it's what is in it for us?
That's true.
What is in it for us? Okay, I'm going to give up all of this freedom to have sex with an infinite number of 20-somethings until the day I die. For what?
Right. For what?
For what? For somebody who's got an education, and then they're going to say, "Oh, why are you intimidated by smart women?" I'm not. I love smart 22-year-olds. They're awesome.
I agree. And here's the thing. A woman who has spent people are like, you date how old? I was talking to some girls the other day. They're like, what's the youngest you've ever been with? I'm like, 18. They're like, how recent is that? And I was like, oh, it happens frequently. Well, I shouldn't say frequently. It happens, within this year, within the last 6 months, within the last 2 or 3 months. And then backtrack a couple more. They're like, no way. Why can't you be with women your own age? And it's like, I'll tell you why.
Why?
Those
it's
women,
not biologically normal.
First and foremost, the beta gets the fucking leftovers. Okay? She's already been through, this woman, especially if you are beta and she's getting you to acquiesce and give into her shit. She's already hit her sexual prime and done all the fucking crazy adventurous stuff with the lacrosse team. You know what I mean? And now after years and years and years of being in the fucking business world, after years and years and years of abusing alcohol, right? After years and years and years of not being in the gym, being fit and being healthy.
Pills.
Absolutely. She's developed what I call calluses, right? It's just like if you start going to the gym long enough, right? You start to get these things on your fucking hand called calluses. You can see it on
I got one on I got a permanent one on my palm that won't. It's
me too.
Not even on my knuckles. It's
right here. For some fucking reason, I don't know why. Gripping the barbell or some shit, dumbbells for that long.
30 years of my life, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here. It will not go away. That's what these women are callous, and that's the reason why I wanted to use that analogy. They're callous. When you get together, it's all of a sudden the first 2 or 3 months are going to be fucking awesome. They're going to give you all-star sex for a little bit, and then they're going to try to get you in a relationship. All right, let's move in. When is the ring coming? And then when are we having kids? And when they're at home, it's no more, no more guys' night, no more, hey, you shouldn't be drinking that much. It's also, you can't wear stuff like that. You can't go out and party. You can't do, why aren't you home? Why are you at the gym? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's just this fucking henpecking. That's what I call it, henpecking. where they're literally trying to get you to
they're
just
also
stay in the
having
nest.
their hormones are also changing too because they're older. So like their sex drive drops as you age and you go through menopause and this shit. Like your testosterone levels as a female drop. Your desire for sex drops. You have to go on hormone therapy. They have to give you testosterone injections to get your libido back.
Yeah. With that said, I'm loving this conversation, but let's talk about some of the responses.
Yeah, let's
now
read your list and some of these responses.
If you guys remember, I have 7.9, well, let's say 7,900 comments, 2,200 retweets on this one tweet of mine, right? And if you guys haven't checked this out, do me the favor. Please go to Twitter at Corey Capella. You can see down below. Follow me there, and then also engage in that tweet. Like and fucking retweet that shit too, right? Get other people on board to see the stuff. I'm telling you, because I'm not just saying that to, boost up my numbers. I'm saying that because you guys will see firsthand. You can sit here and listen to me all you want, but you will see firsthand what women are like today. Number one, the first response that I got from this, and I'm telling you guys this is hundreds and hundreds of women that are saying the same shit over and over, especially these feminists. This is the number one feminist response or retweet. Women don't need to impress men. We don't do this. Of course, it always comes in with the snide, fucking snarky sarcasm.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just going out and getting a master's degree and working all these hours to impress men. Get over yourself, fucking idiot. Right? That's how they read it. That's how they read this tweet.
Then why do they put it on their dating apps? Why is that the number one thing they put on their dating apps? Why are you putting your college degrees and your job and your profession all over your dating app?
Well, number one question is,
if it wasn't for
why are they doing it?
Men,
right? Number one question is, why are they doing this? And the reason why I put this as number one too is so we could have this conversation. Everything that we do in life is part of our sexual strategy.
Yep.
Everything. Everything comes down to our sexual strategy.
Sexual strategy is part of your survival.
Women have been marketed to make them believe that if they go and get their master's degree, they're all of a sudden going to get put into a fucking position in a corporation or whatever that's going to have them with the sole access to the high value men in that corporation. Which means then what? Now that they have the access to those men, they are obviously going to be able to use their seduction to be able to get them to do what? Marry them and have kids. And that way they're just like we talk about, hey, that is hypergamy. What hypergamy is trying to do is give her the best.
I think a big problem is that they don't know, they can't separate forebrain from rear brain, their lizard brain.
Right.
Same thing with guys. Like you could be the most committed guy to your girl ever, but if a girl walks in with a nice hip to waist ratio and some boobs in your face, you're going to notice. Like you can't help it. Like that's just part of your biology. You're wired that way. It's going to take millions of years to condition that out of us, if that's even possible.
I don't think it's possible. I think it's too far. That's part of the genetic code now. Plain and simple.
Since we've existed, it's been a part of us.
I mean,
it's survival. I tell my guys, my listeners in my podcast, Jon Fitch Knows Nothing, all the time. Rule number one is survive, and rule number two is reproduce. That's the two rules of every organism that's ever lived on planet Earth.
Correct.
And if it wasn't, it's not here anymore.
Yep. Agreed.
And you're either successful at those two things, or you're extinct.
Right. And that's the thing, is that women want you to believe that it's because they're trying to do it to be strong and independent. But the reality is they're doing it because they are habitually and subconsciously dependent on men. Men can be alone. Now, we are dependent on them. We're dependent on them in order to procreate. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're not 100%, but the majority of men could go without women for the rest of their lives.
Well, I mean, 40% of all the men that have ever lived on planet Earth did not reproduce.
That's what I'm saying. And that's part of our genetic code as well.
Yeah,
men don't need women. Men don't need women. We don't need them. Right? Well, I shouldn't say. Okay, again, we're going to say the majority of us.
I think there's another angle on this. I think because rule number one is survive. I think being accepted in your group as a female is part of survival.
100.
So
It's
so that's one of the
intrinsically
reasons why
tied
women
to
are
it.
so agree. That's why women are so agreeable. That's why war brides exist, right? The invading army could come in, kill everybody. They could kill your husband,
Right.
and then you end up marrying the guy who killed your husband,
Right.
because that's part of survival. You have to, as a woman, you had to for a long time, had to fit in with the in group, because if you didn't fit in with the in group, if you were ostracized from your group, that
Right.
meant death.
Exactly.
You were dead.
And listen, I am not hating whatsoever. I'm not hating whatsoever. It's just understanding these things. And this is the biggest downfall, though, is that, and I think this is one of the beauties of being able to see unfiltered social interactions on social media, is that we are able to see en masse right now just how bad women are with understanding the truth and reality. Women operate solely on the premise now. The majority. Now, I'm not saying all women.
Most people.
Most people.
Everybody's been more feminized. Everything's about feelings.
Everything's about idealism. It's about idealism, though. They want they picture and dream of a perfect world that can never
how they
truly
want things
exist.
to be rather than how things are. Well, things should be this way. Things should be this way. It's something a lot of young people, I think, get stuck into. I think I was stuck into it for a little while too.
Right. No, hey, I was there too. And then I had to go through I went through years of mental testing.
Had to grow up.
That's one. I had to go through years of mental testing to realize that fucking utopia is never going to exist. There's too many laws in this reality that just prevent that from happening. Fuck. Oh yeah, that's the other one. All right. So number 2. The number 2 comment that I got a lot was, this dude has a tiny penis. This dude has a micro penis.
Why that was probably insecure?
Oh, we're going to get into that one next one. Yeah, for sure.
Tiny
but no,
penis,
this was a direct attack. This was a direct attack on my dick.
It's because you're fighting an ideology. When you fight an ideology, you can predict what they're going to say before they say it.
Oh, absolutely. And this is why I'm giving this list. This is why I'm giving this list to these guys, because I want them to start to notice that any interaction they have, literally I have 9 written down right now, 9. These are the same, like NPC. It's either going to be blah, 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 blah. It's going to be, we're not trying to impress men. The narcissism you have to believe that we do all this just to impress men. Oh my God. And then you get a fucking 1,000 other fucking comments. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Like, it's not original. That's not a fucking argument. It's not. You know what I mean? Like, first and foremost, like, where did I say that? Where did I say that in the fucking tweet? Where did I say that? Women, stop trying to impress men by doing this. Instead, do this. It says, we just don't care about this shit. We don't care. Like, you don't need to fucking do that anymore. Just do this. Right? I never said, hey, you fucking do this to impress me. I'm saying you do these things, but we don't really care. Right? We don't care. I don't fucking care. Like, most dude. And then, of course, you get the fucking beta males. Well, I want a girl I want to support her, and I want to do. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, if you're being honest,
any girl. Right. He wants any girl. That's what he said. I would do anything to have any woman because I'm desperate and pathetic.
Conk is in the...
See the new Star Wars?
Yeah, I know. Conk is in the chat. What's up, Conk? Games. Conk is saying he's craving some Raisin Bran. No idea why. I don't know why either, dude. It's not terrible. Sometimes I get a hankering for it too. It's not that great, but it's pretty good.
I don't need I'm too sweet. I don't need the extra sugar.
We also have Bearded Adam because they are socially conditioned and brainwashed. You got that fucking right. Nick Diesel met a post-divorce mid-40s woman at the airport. She's sadly showing me her DMs with this guy she's trying to lock down. She was simply oblivious about her SMV and went on about being a CEO, etc. Then she went on about how I need an older woman, more mature woman, and how they know what they want and have more to offer. I could tell she truly believed this. I was stunned. Women's solipsism knows no bounds. Even at 65, she is somehow, some way going to promote herself as still high value. They never truly fucking understand the wall. They don't. Nope. Anyway, with that said, let's move on to number 3. Oh, we're going over the Twitter shitstorm. I came into the stream late. Yes, that's exactly what we're going over.
Let me read my quick list of the insults that come. The ideologues. It's a real quick one. Number one here is you sound really insecure.
Okay.
Number two is shut up, incel, virgin, nerd. One of those. What's wrong with you? Why do you hate women? You can't handle, are intimidated by, or are afraid of strong women.
Yeah.
And the last one I love the most is who hurt you?
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
It's like on command. You can see them coming.
You see the small NPC gears turning in their mind, and they're just choosing from a fucking
because they're not a person,
bubble. Right?
They're an ideology. They're okay. Well, I have to use this comment C because I can't engage in intelligent discussion.
So here's one thing too that I want you guys to understand. This is coming from people that have. So number 2 was tiny dick, micro penis, and they're all making fun of my masculinity through my phallus. Right? That's what they're trying to do.
I don't have that on my list. I should add it.
Yeah, no worries.
That's a good one.
The funny part is these are all people coming from the LGBT community too, with all their rainbow flags. This is the feminist groups and all this stuff with their pronouns, acceptance, no fucking fat shaming, no sexuality shaming, and all this other stuff. But yet they can come on to my thing.
Pronouns are master and the great one.
I love it. Just call me fucking king, bitch. What's up?
King. That's a good one. You should put that pronouns king and lord.
King and lord. Absolutely. I should do that. I will do that. It'll trigger some motherfuckers.
If anybody gets to say, hey, if you get to just pick your pronoun, like what the fuck? Why can't I pick my pronoun?
Well, hey, dude, here's the thing. It's so funny that they can sit here.
I at least earn the credit of master. I've mastered violence. I've mastered some martial arts.
Right.
I've at least earned it.
I agree. The fact is that they get to sit here and they come on here and they get to sexually shame me for dating numerous women, for picking what my sexuality is, what I want in my sexual partner, and then they make fun of my fucking dick. Like, you are a fucking hypocrite, motherfucker, for sitting here and saying that you're this fucking moral high ground and moral authority. And, you know, if anyone makes fun of gays or fucking trans or, you know, queer people or whatever, oh my God, and you got to fucking call the Twitter police. But a masculine man says something about what he wants in his sexual partner, and boom, all of a sudden you're a fucking micro dick. You're a fucking tiny penis. Like, you can't play both aisles. You cannot do it. Number 3, like you pointed out, God, men are so insecure, fragile, weak, and cannot handle a strong, independent woman. You know what it is? Fucking retards. It's that we don't want to. It's not that we can't. It's that we don't want to. I am fucking sick and tired of this bitch coming home, bitching about her fucking work day, and then fucking sitting her ass down on the fucking couch and thinking after I worked a fucking long ass day that I'm going to fucking cook her dinner. I don't want to fucking hear about that shit. I don't want to hear about your shit. I don't want you to be a fucking crabby, fucking crotchety old fucking hag that comes in thinking just because you put in a hard 8 hours that you don't have to fucking do shit. That's not strong and independent. You know what I mean? Like, that's what these people think. They think being strong and independent is being crass, by being vile, by fucking saying the worst and meanest things possible. They don't understand
acting like
strength.
The shittiest kind of men there are.
Right. Yeah, they have an archetype in their mind of what being strong is, and it's being fucking vulgar. Man.
It's a guy who we wouldn't hang out with or wouldn't like, and would probably beat up if he crossed our path.
For sure. My preferred Christian Soto says my preferred pronoun is daddy. I agree. That's a great
one. That's a great. That's great.
Put that in your Twitter.
Put it in your Twitter.
Put it in your Twitter. All right. The number 4 comment that I got, was you're a misogynist. You are looking for a 1950s traditional Stepford wife. No, bitch. No, I'm not. Well, okay. Maybe I am a misogynist. Maybe I am sexist. Okay. Cool. You got me there. Sure. But is holding someone to a standard really sexist and misogynist? That's number 1. Number 2, I'm not sitting here.
Boundaries and frame. Like,
agreed.
And the idea of open-mindedness just means, I don't want to be held accountable.
Right. Don't hold me to a standard. That's what it comes down to. Don't hold me to a standard. I don't want you to have any opinion on how I live my life. But you, sir, you have to be this guy or else. The other thing that ties into the Stepford Wives type of thing, and this is a lot of the arguments. Oh, you don't want girls going to college and getting an education. You just want them dumb so that they listen. Fucking retard.
I think going to college and working up $100,000 debt for a useless degree is dumb. I think you're stupid.
I think you're stupid. You lack intelligence. You lack intelligence.
You were fooled. You got tricked and tricked into doing this retarded thing.
You're scammed.
Sorry.
You got scammed.
You got scammed.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
I don't respect you for getting scammed, walking right into it.
Right. That's not empowerment. That's called fucking retardation. I'm sorry. You're fucking stupid. The other thing is this. We live in fucking 2000.
We're going to get blocked. We're going to get deplatformed for using the R word.
Oh, fuck me. I'm sorry. The proper definition of retardation just means that you're backtracking or regressing. For those of us or those of you that are listening, that's what I mean by the term retarded. The actual definition of the term, okay? Regression. You're regressing. You're regressing our civilization. With that said, it's 2019. You can be a stay-at-home mom and you could sit there and you could fucking turn on YouTube or Khan Academy or whatever and you could fucking study all sorts of stuff. You don't have to pay some asshole that's professing at the fucking head of a fucking department, or a class. You don't have to pay them $10,000. Instead, you can learn for free. It doesn't mean I'm trying to enslave you and keep you stupid so that I can be your fucking master and make it seem as though you have to be mine forever. No. All I'm looking for is this. I'm looking for someone who wants to come in young, right? And who wants to have kids early so that when they do want to get out and they want to fucking work, or even if they don't want to work later on, guess what? But at least you're having kids in your sexual prime when your eggs are at the fucking highest and when you're your highest value. It doesn't mean you can't be fucking reading books when you're at home taking care of the kids when they're put down.
Your body recovers better. Your body recovers better if you have them earlier. It's going to be hotter later.
That's what I'm saying. Your life is going to be far happier. Your kids are going to be out of the house at fucking 38 years old. We can travel all over the world.
Once a kid starts school, then go ahead. I'll pay your school. I'll put you through school. We'll do something that's beneficial
be a mom
for the
first.
family.
Be a mom first. You can't be a mom and a fucking CEO at the same time. You can't do it. The studies are coming out that fucking kids are not doing well with their moms abandoning them, putting them in fucking daycare, paying out the wazoo, and then fucking growing up without parents, right? You can't do it.
There's a real issue with kids not having an emotional attachment with their mother.
It's huge. It leads to abandonment issues, and those abandonment issues turn into fucking addictions.
I was reading to something that it's as big a problem as not having a father at all. Like having a mother there who's not emotionally available is as bad as a father not being there at all.
The first 7 years of a child's life is when they develop their personality. They also learn during that time how safe and how they're able to interact with the outside world. After 7 is when they need more of a father figure who starts to teach them and show them how to navigate the outside world. But if you're taught from a very early age, when your mom isn't there, right, that the world is this place of abandonment and that you're never safe and you're never going to be nurtured by anything, guess what? You now go through life believing that there's no such thing as fucking nurture, right? It leads to these abandonment issues. Because here's the thing, when it comes to it, when you have a kid, it was a conscious choice and it was a conscious decision. You and your significant other, or even if it wasn't a significant other, agreed to have sex, right? And then you agreed to have a child because there's so many different ways that you can not have a child now today. So you chose to have that child. It was an agreement. You sat there and you fucking nursed that thing in your fucking body for 9 months and said, I'm going to fucking bring you to full fucking term and I'm going to have you and I'm going to take care of you. And then after you have them, guess what you said? Oh, guess what? Fuck you. I'm just going to put you in daycare and I'm going to go work because I need to be a strong, independent woman. Like, you're a fucking neglectful asshole is what you are. Plain and simple. I'm sorry. Number 5. The number 5 response that I received was, suck my dick. From women. What are your thoughts on that, John?
It's just, they really want to be men.
It's insane.
I guess.
In order for me to be fucking strong, I need to instead lash out and I need to say things that are fucking
I have to act like a shitty, weak male.
Yeah. Number 6, you're an incel. What's funny about this is, well, I mean, I don't need to toot my own horn on any of this stuff, but the fact that now feminists have taken the term incel and have turned it into a personal attack on men, and it's become mainstream. Like, people automatically, that is their go-to attack on dudes now. If I don't agree with you, guess what? You're an incel. You're an incel.
Yep.
You're an incel. You don't have sex with women. You are the bottom of the barrel. We don't like you, so therefore what we're trying to do is actually socially and tyrannically fucking put you at the bottom of the barrel of sexual selection. It's fucking crazy. Number 7, you're gay. Oh, they actually call me gay. Like it's a bad
Like-
thing, right? These are fucking feminists and it's the gay community that are sitting here and they're calling me gay. It goes against everything that they stand up for as far as their virtue signaling. They'll protect all these other people, but yeah, calling women out equals incel. That's exactly what the phrase is now. Number 8 response was just simply gross. They would just say gross. Like that. Okay, cool. Good one. And then finally, the last one is this. It's 2019. It's 2019, which means therefore you must be a social justice warrior and you cannot say anything against any of these things because it's 2019. That's not an argument. What my response to most of this stuff is this. Traditional roles are timeless. There's a reason why it's in, even if you look at Buddhism, this is one thing I got to study. If you look at Buddhism, you look at Islam, you look at Christianity, you look at any of the ancient traditions of the past, all of them had a hierarchy with men at the head of it. And it was always encouraged to tie into these traditional roles. So if something is able to last throughout time, what does that make it, John? What do you think that makes it? Because I have a word for that.
If something lasts throughout time,
Right. If it's like a fabric or a piece of truth that is time honored, that is timeless, that lives on for life, for time.
man, it's just fact. I don't know. Proven. Oh no, what do you
Fuck
got?
is this? Can you be my friend without trying to fuck me? I guess that's a no, thanks. Who is this?
We getting interrupted.
Sorry,
booty
I should pay
calls?
attention. No.
Yeah. I gotta get running here soon
Yeah.
too.
Well, let me say a few more things. The term that I was trying to use was wisdom. Sorry, I got held up, guys. That's unprofessional of me. What was the response that you said?
No, I mean I didn't really have one. I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah, it's
The
wisdom.
wisdom.
And this is one
Wisdom.
thing that I'm trying to say, and this is why, with everything that I'm trying
truth,
to do.
I get you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's wisdom, which means what? It means it's a fabric of our reality. This is something that's tied into our genetics. This is something that needs to be a steeple of a society. As we start to see what's going on right now in our society and our civilization, the more we try to push back against this as a steeple, the worse things are getting. We are no longer in a state of homeostasis. Now, there's some takeaways from this too. All right. So I listed those 9 things. John put some good ones in there that are along the same lines. But the biggest thing is women are the biggest bullies on the internet, which I find hilarious because I want to read this to you guys real quick. This one woman, hopefully this pulls up. What did she say here? She said, and I quote, "And now you've shown us exactly why you're an incel. Who else finds it hysterically funny that a misogynistic incel is hawking his masterclass in online dating?" And then what her fucking byline or bio says: outspoken married Christian and resistance activist, abort Trump, racism, bullying, sexual predators, and the NRA, Women's March, Newtown Action, DMs routinely ignored. What's funny about this is the majority of people out there. They'll sit there and in their bio and everything they stand for, talk about anti-bullying, anti-racism, anti-all this, anti-sexism, and all this other shit.
It's because they're projecting.
And then they go and they fucking do exactly that. The second they hear something that they dislike, what's the first thing they do? They bully that person.
Well, I mean,
So,
it's
because they're
Antifa.
anti-bullying,
What is
though.
Antifa?
Right.
What is Antifa?
It's so
they're
fucking
bullies.
crazy. It's so
They're bullies.
crazy. It's
You
so
disagree
crazy.
with us, we're gonna hit you with a bike lock. We're gonna
Right.
shut you up and take away your voice. We're gonna deplatform you. That's children, people who are emotionally undeveloped.
Right.
Everything's black and white. There's no nuance. There's no gray. It's good, evil. That's it.
Well, it's again, it
Disagree with
ties
this?
in, it ties into, and this is why, again, from a spiritual perspective, I realize it's why the feminine can never really truly hold powers of position, because the true feminine, what they try to do is they try to be victim and oppressor at the same time. And that's what we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with women that are in charge of a lot of things in the world today, but still trying to hold on to that victim status. right? So that's why you can sit here and you could say, I'm anti-bullying, I'm all this other stuff, right? I'm with the victims.
Well,
but then at the same time, they could sit there and they could fucking report you and they could do all this stuff and they could cry sexual assault and sexual harassment.
They're actively trying to smash the patriarchy while using the patriarchy to support them.
Right. It's insane. Insane.
Right? So this guy did something bad I don't like. Government come and make him, you know, like the government is now their father or their husband. Right. So the patriarchy's just shifted. So it's like smash the patriarchy, but at the same time, we need to use the patriarchy to make you do what we want.
Prop me up. Right. Prop me up, prop me up, prop me up, prop me up. And that's what I keep saying to these women online. You need men. Men have propped you up into those positions. Men have propped you up in those positions of authority. Plain and simple. Being vile does not mean you're strong. We've already talked about this fucking at length.
Just gross.
Women are also the biggest hypocrites. They're strong and independent. They can take it. They can take the heat. Put them in positions of authority. Oh, but I can't take some guy saying that I had dried up ovaries, so therefore I have to report him. Right? Block or report.
I have to use the patriarchy to shut him up. Because fuck the patriarchy.
Right. I have to use these avenues of authority, police, judicial systems, the president, all this other stuff. I have to use those in order to put this guy in jail. Because he's
part of the patriarchy.
He made me mad. He said no to me. So now he's emotionally abusive. I'm a victim. And the last piece that I want to end this on, and this one of the biggest takeaways that we got to fucking really hone in on, gentlemen, feminism is still cancer. Feminism, yes, is still
to men and women.
Cancer.
Feminism is ruining women's lives.
Feminism is cancer to our society, to our culture, to masculinity. It needs to go bye-bye as fast as fucking possible. And it needs to be erased from history. Actually, you know what? We shouldn't erase history. We should. I hope that, you know, especially with this tweet storm that I had going on here, I want people to study this. Like, this needs to be studied. The second someone comes to me and says, hey, sir, I think we should bring women back in the military, or we should put women back in positions of police officers and firefighters and equality. And I'll literally say, you need to go back and you need to read all this shit. And you need to watch all these videos from this point in time. And you need to do this stuff. And then you need to come talk to me about that afterwards. And if you still don't get it, then I'm going to fucking beat you. Plain and simple. Because that's the reality. We just can't allow this type of stuff. Like, women, we've elevated women and pedestalized women so far that they become so entitled, so snotty, so bratty, and so abusive that it's literally fucking created a society of inequality. Right?
We're going to create our own future moving forward. We're having a renaissance of masculinity. And guys, just focus on yourselves. Focus on your brothers, develop your networks, strong groups of men, and be something of value, because guess what? The good women that are out there, the feminine girls that are out there, will find you and they will love you unbelievably for what you're doing.
Crazy.
That's the path. But yeah, I got to get running.
Get running. Go hit some kids jiu-jitsu.
Yep, got to get them boys.
Gentlemen, with that said,
got to get them to master violence.
Perfect. Yeah, learn how to contain it and learn when to do it. With this said, everyone, if you are not following me on Twitter, at Corey Capella, if you're not following me on Instagram, which I highly recommend, because if I keep going the way I'm going right now, I will not be on Twitter very long. So please go to my Instagram. That way there you can at least DM me and be abreast of what's going on before you have to come here and listen to that stuff. For those of you that are interested in my online dating mastery course, click the link in my Twitter. It's right there. You can also see click the link below for my online dating mastery course. Also, if you feel so inclined, please do purchase my book. That's the start of the fucking patriarchal revolution right there, and live your best life in 30 days. I've wisely disguised the patriarchy in that title so that it could get mass appeal. I think next time the next title is going to be a little bit more abrasive to kind of hone in on that. Anyway, with that said, John Fitch, what do you got for us?
Yeah, just give me a follow, johnfitch.net on Twitter, John Fitch Smash on Instagram. Just go to my website, johnfitch.net. I'm redoing it a little bit. I've got a newsletter, sign up there. I got more stuff coming, working on some projects. I think I'm going to have trying to get my Fitch Smash online course together for
That's a great
my
idea.
jujitsu, not jujitsu, but my self-defense fighting system. Become a master of violence, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. I think I got somebody to help me, videographer, and somebody to start helping. I'm going to start putting that together. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to get it done.
Make American women self-conscious again. I love it. I love it. With that said, gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping by today. Please do hit the fucking like button and share this episode. This was a great episode. You guys agree? Fucking great episode. Share that shit with motherfuckers. Quit being a bunch of fucking...
Gonna piss off some Vici males, probably.
Hell yeah. I love it. All right, Jon Fitch is out. I'm out. I'll see you guys on Saturday. See ya.
Later.